Alright guys, how's it going? So, I'm toying with the idea of maybe getting back into my first love, the Eagle. You can see I've got 871,000 credits here in assets, which isn't really much higher than what I had at the start of my last video. I just don't seem to be able to make any kind of money here, or it's very, very slow. I keep buying ships and stuff just to try them out, yeah, and then when I sell them I lose 10%. So it's sort of creeping up slowly, but I really feel like I'm being held back now. I can't even, pimp out a Viper properly. I don't even think 800,000 will fully complete an Eagle either, to be honest with you. But I think I want to try it out and then go and, hunt down more bounties and stuff like that, just to... I mean, you can see all my profits coming from bounties, really. Yeah, 660,000, and I've got 161,000 from assassinations. I'm not making money doing anything else apart from bounty hunting. A couple of combat bonds there wasn't really worth it either. So yeah, I'm thinking, just give an Eagle a go again and see if I can maybe double my money as fast as possible. Right, so I'm back in the Eagle. Another reason I did this is because I want to get the jump range fixed, because the Viper's jump range is horrible. I want to get back to the line systems and fix my reputation with them as well, which was another thing I had planned and just hasn't turned out the way I'd planned. So, let's get started. Right, there's only one choice here. It's got to be the chaff, yeah? I mean, as much as I would like to use the kill warrant scanner, you got to have the chaff launcher, unless... No, you got to go with the chaff launcher. That's that simple. I'm not going to complain about the Eagle again, but you're just going to have you got to have it. We're back to the top hard point and the two bottom hard points. Now, before I was running a Gimballed multi-cannon, I think, at the top. Let's try out something new, yeah, something a bit more interesting. Fragment cannon, but it's turreted, so that's no good. Right, beam laser, it was all over the place. You saw how badly it was sort of, the Gimballed beam laser. If I could get a fixed lasers, I think I would try those. There's always missiles. Not really carrying an awful lot though. Six maximum ammo. You have to come back after that. I mean, that's... Yeah. Fragment cannon. People say these are bad. Railgun. It's a lot of power drawing that. Here's a missile rat with more ammo on it. And these are probably pretty good for hunting the big stuff, yeah? But again, having to come back and reload every time you use it? Not so sure. I'm pretty tempted to try out beam lasers all around, if that's possible. But instead of going gimballed, going with fixed ones. Right, this is crazy, yeah. Now I'm over my deployed. However, I can fix that. Doing stuff like my cargo hatch off, yeah. Right, so there's a pirate killer. And this is an Anaconda. I'm going to accept this. Right, so I can take this one as well and go to LHS 455. Right, so LHS 455, that's where I'm heading to. Must admit, I'm looking forward to flying the Eagle again. I did miss it. Something about the Viper, I just did not... Well, I know what it is I didn't like. I hated the pitch, yeah, it was just terrible. I don't think I will ever get used to flying that ship because of that. The great thing about the Eagle is it sort of points where you want it. And that's kind of hard to beat when you're flying this. This guy's deadly, so he's certainly not going to be easy, yeah? That should be interesting. Right, that wasn't so good. Right, I think these lasers are a fail, rather unsurprisingly. Look at the damage he did to my hull, even though I've got the military stuff. I just can't get through his shields with these lasers. Maybe one of them could be gimballed? Yeah, this is just a little bit harder than what it needs to be. Just not having the gimbals at all. I just cannot get through his shields either. I mean, he is deadly, yeah, so it should be a bit of a tougher fight. He's only one down from, you know, elite. I think fixed weapons should do an awful lot more damage, all things considered. I'm trying out a couple of new things here, yeah? That was a lot harder work than it should have been. Right, so I need to fix this weapon setup. It's just not working. Right, so I've had a think about my weapons, and I've decided I'm sticking with the Gimballed. I'm sticking with the beam lasers on the bottom, but I've went with the Gimballed ones. Now this is really going to hurt my power draw. But this is what I want to do. I've decided that I'm basically going to go all out with as much, as much damaging, hard-hitting power as I can for my Eagle this time. Now on the top, I'm going to go with this Railgun. Now I tried it before and I didn't really like it, but I think I'm going to give it another go. You'll see how it works out when I start shooting at something. Now here's the thing, right? You look down at this right hand side. My deployed power is now 10.10 megawatts, right? So when I bring my weapons out, that's what it's going to take, and I've only got 9.6 megawatts available. So you think, well, no, it's not going to work. You've seen me using the power down the cargo hatch trick before, but I'm actually going to go into these modules a bit deeper now. I mentioned it in my last video, and I'm actually going to cover it now. Right, now as you can see down at the bottom, output 100%, usage 105, right? So if I bring out my guns, things are going to start switching off. Now, this is what the priority is all about. Right, so you can see now, everything's priority 1. The best way to think about this is, priority 1 is all the stuff that you really want during combat. Right, so the stuff that you cannot switch off. And it is actually the vast majority of your stuff is like that, right? There's no way you want your thruster switching off in combat, you'd be a sitting duck. You don't want your shield generator switching off. You clearly don't want your weapons switching off. Your cargo hatch, yeah, that's one, obviously, that one can turn off. You don't want your power distributor switching off. You don't want your shield cell bank switching off. You might think you don't want your life support switching off, but it's not that important. You remember, you do actually have 5 minutes, or depending on how good your life support module is, you may have, plenty of time to escape and get back to some other place before, your life support runs out. So that is not that high a priority. It's certainly not a priority 1. Your sensors, they've got to be priority 1 as well, because that's like your gimbals and stuff like that, or your locks. You really need those in combat. Chaff launcher, again, you need that in combat. You don't need your frameshift drive interdictor, obviously. You can only use that in super cruise, so that's no use to you whatsoever. I mean, this is like on the same level as a cargo hatch almost. Obviously, you need your power plant. Right, so just about everything is priority 1. But what I would do would be, let's say take the cargo hatch. Definitely don't need that. Now, you saw me before, yeah? If you switch it off, my usage drops below 98%. So that's all you really need to do, yeah? But there's other things. You might as well, while you're doing this, put your frameshift drive interdictor to 2 as well. Because you really don't, it's useless to you in combat. Your frameshift drive's pretty useless to you in combat as well. So you can also switch that one off. So what I do is put that to 2, because it's more important than the frameshift drive interdictor, obviously, and it's more important than the cargo hatch. And do the same with your life support, right? So now you've got a bunch of stuff at 2. So what happens now is, once you bring out your weapons, all these 2s or these 2s will start powering down until you've got enough power to cover everything. Right, so now you're at this stage, you might as well think, well, I just said that my frameshift drive is more important than my frameshift drive interdictor. So why not put the frameshift drive interdictor to 3? And you might as well do the same with the cargo hatch as well, right? So now, if you count backwards, the 3s will switch off first, yeah, until you've got enough power. And if you still don't have enough power, then your 2s will switch off, and so on. Well, what I would actually probably now do is think, why not put the life support to 3? And because that's a little bit more important than, you know, your cargo hatch, yeah, and your FSD interdictor. So now you've basically got 4 priorities. Counting down, you would go cargo hatch, switch that off, 98% power usage. That's all I need now. But in a different ship, you know, you may have, you know, different power requirements depending on how good your power plant is. Right? Switch off my frameshift drive interdictor. That's only saved me 1%, but my usage is down to 97% now. Yeah. Again, had I had a worse power plant, all this stuff would start switching off. My frameshift drive would switch off. That saves that's 3% in the frameshift drive. And life support, again, you don't really want that switching off, but you know, if it switches off, you've got time to deal with it. So that's basically all it is. Did I forget something? Interdictor, cargo hatch. Oh yeah, life support was it. Yeah, but you don't really want that going off, like I said. So yeah, you leave it at 3. Cargo hatch and the interdictor at 4. Obviously, anything else that isn't important, you know, must have in combat. You can basically prioritise them how you think that they go. But this is in this current layout that I've got, loadout. Then this is what I would use. Right now, I'll just actually show you that working as well. Now, don't forget, this is now allowing me 2 Gimballed beam lasers on my bottom firing mounts and a railgun at the top. Yeah, you can see how much power that railgun uses at 11%. So that's, I mean, these weapons are big, powerful weapons for an Eagle. Yeah. Right. So let's get launched. Now you can see I'm at 105% usage. Yeah. All that simply means is something needs to power down as soon as I bring my weapons out. Right, so here's the thing though, it's got a choice of cargo hatch or interdictor. I'm going to bring up my weapons now. Right, power limit exceeded, modules disabled. So let's have a look and see at what was disabled. Right, you can see it switched off them both, yeah, because they were both priority 4. No problem, I mean, I've got all my weapons are working fine. I'm not going to fire my railgun. It's got ammo and I don't want to use it. But you already know that the cargo hatch is enough, yeah? So why don't I just go, you know, prioritise 5 for the cargo hatch. Put my guns away again. Right, so as you can see, everything is now switched on again. And if I bring out my guns, it knows that the only thing I need to switch off is a cargo hatch. So it basically will do that automatically. So rather than me coming in and switching off the cargo hatch or forgetting to switch off the cargo hatch, once you've got your priorities set out like this, it'll do it automatically, basically every time your guns come out. That was pretty simple really, but it's pretty important, yeah, especially if you're running with lower power, not one of the better power plants. I had to buy the best power plant because it was just getting silly. Right, so I'm hunting down an Anaconda and also some pirates. LHS 455 and LHS 71 and 44 Chi Draconis. Right, so let's have a look at see where 45 Chi is. Chi, yeah. LHS 455. There could be pirates here, so I'm going to go hunting some signal sources. I'm a little bit out of practice with the Eagle, so... it's probably the best idea for now. Right, so here we go. Don't really like this, in all honesty, fighting like this. Target a power plant. Everything into shields. Right, there you go. I can't shoot my... I couldn't shoot my railgun there. Shield cell. Really using a lot of power. It's a pretty lame Anaconda so far, I have to say. I'm starting to wonder if I really do just prefer the normal pulse lasers on the bottom. You think about when you're fighting something like this, yeah, do you really need gimbals? Oh, that's a bad shot. I need to remember my railgun doesn't actually have a gimbal mount. This Anaconda is terrible. So it finally starts shooting at me. Use a shield cell. I'm not having much luck with a power plant, you can probably see. I'm not sure what I think of this. That wasn't good. Yeah, I'm very unimpressed by ouch. Yeah, the railgun's not impressed me much. I think I'm going to get out of here and, you know, plan B. Yeah, to be fair, there's a lot to be said for that. The Gimballed multi-cannon at the top. It just seems to work. Yeah, I can maybe try something else out though. Just doing no damage at all, these Gimballed lasers. I mean, look at his shield. That pretty much confirms it for me that the fixed pulse lasers for the Eagle are a far superior choice. Nice damage from the missiles at least, yeah. It's a rather large target, of course. Based on this, I would say, yeah, missiles. Definitely not a bad idea for something like this. However, it's how much are they going to cost me? And saying that, this guy's worth about 190,000. I'm now out of missiles, yeah. Yeah, these Gimballed lasers making it hard for me. Yeah, I just cannot keep these firing. Really making a meal of this because of my lasers. And this is where you miss the gimbal multi-cannon. It just seems so superior to everything, really. I mean, okay, those missiles did a huge amount of damage. But there was only 16 of them, and I'm pretty sure they all hit. I just can't do any damage to the hull with these lasers. I mean, like, it's still at 25%. Doing absolutely nothing to them. Finally got another percentage point there. Yeah, I've had enough of this. And that was just utter fail. Ah, right. No more messing around. Right, let's see if we can grab a hold of this guy. Ah, don't bug out on me. This guy's got about a 20,000 bounty or so. Yeah. I'm just going to try unloading all my missiles on him as soon as I can. Right, now as you saw, that was 12 missiles. Didn't really take his shields down. Maybe a couple missed. Missed there. Right, they all missed. Right, so I'm reloading. Well, I reckon that pretty much proves, right? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have missed. You can see 5 missed. Meaning what? How many hit? So yeah, I've done some damage to the shields, but probably 7 or 8 hit there and did not take his shields down. Finally got him, simply because I got his shields down.
Target destroyed.
Now, there's no doubt about it that that's just a little bit too easy, yeah? Having the 3 missiles on each firing point. However, it does show that against shields, they are basically useless. If not useless, then you know, you're getting through an awful lot of firepower just to get the shields down. And that's against an NPC who wasn't really moving very quickly or very, you know, smartly, in all honesty. I'm not saying it's balanced. I don't believe for a second that you should be able to do that. But, you know, there are things in the game as well. You've got ECM, you've got... Nobody's using ECM, yeah? Nobody's using point defense. I don't know how well they would work against that kind of distance firing anyway in a ship like the Eagle. I mean, it's something to think about, yeah? But obviously, if their shields are down, you're going to wreck them completely. If their shields aren't down, you may end up expending an awful lot of missiles. In terms of PvP, it's probably not that balanced. However, in PvE terms, I mean, I now need to go and reload all these. Let's be honest, I would have beaten this guy anyway, right? I mean, I would have beaten him with any loadout, probably. This just made it a little bit faster. But yeah, I mean, it's food for thought, at least, I would say.
Docking request granted.
It's a pretty nice shot, yeah. Yeah.
Scan detected.
Once again, it's 12,000 credits to reload, yeah? That's 36 missiles, I think. No, it's actually quite a bit more, yeah? So the whole 24 each, which seems a lot, to be honest with you, yeah? Possibly something there that needs a little bit of looking at.